Hey, what's up guys, Darkbreaker here, and in today's video we're gonna react to the new patch 3.3a patch notes. So let's get started. Make a Splash 3.3a is here. In 3.3 we made some big changes across the board with ultimate cooldown reductions to nearly every champion, elemental rift, and the addition of 3 new enchantments. So this patch we have a few adjustments and tweaks after assessing some of the data and general feedback we have received. We'll continue to keep a close eye on how these changes impact gameplay in the upcoming weeks. Before we go, you will also be left powerless and void of thoughts when Kassadin, the Void Walker, emerges onto the Rift in 3.3a. Reminder, content will be released throughout the patch. And that's the summary, we're gonna skip it. New champion, Kassadin the Void Walker. We have one exclusive gameplay already on our channel, so make sure to check it out if you guys haven't done it yet. And I will also try to make a guide and a gameplay for Kassadin the moment he comes out. So probably on Friday he's gonna come out, I guess. Kassadin, July 29, that's Friday. Cutting a burning swath through the darkest places of the world, Kassadin knows his days are numbered. A widely traveled Shuriman guide and adventurer, he had chosen to raise a family among the peaceful southern tribes until the day his village was consumed by the void. He vowed vengeance, combining a number of arcane artifacts and forbidden technologies for the struggle ahead. Finally, Kassadin set out for the wastelands of Icathia, ready to face any monstrous void construct in his search for the self-proclaimed prophet Malzahar. Okay, nice one. Events, Kassadin's trivia. What's Kassadin's favorite color? Purple? Maybe. Honestly, we're not sure. Pool Party 2022. Grab your sunnies, dive in, and make a splash at this bash. Okay, nice one. Champion changes. Okay. Draven, our recent systemic changes in addition to the buff we gave Draven has put him over the top. We like some of the power his recent changes gave him, so instead of axing it, we are going to cut back on some of the damage spinning axe grants. This way Draven isn't dealing as much damage when he gets those big purchases of passive cash-ins. First ability, bonus attack damage ratio is getting reduced by 10%, so in combination with the Conqueror nerf, I mean, some people like lethal tempo on Draven because you have like 3 axes, but Doom prefers Conqueror, and with this it's basically like a 20% nerf. Like you have the Conqueror minus 10% adaptive damage, and then you have now first ability as well. So in total, Draven receiving a lot of nerfs. It's gonna hurt him, but he's still gonna be fine. While Echo has been succeeding in the jungle, that same performance isn't echoing over into the mid lane. To balance out his power in both of these roles, we are reducing how quickly he clears jungle camps and the mana cost of Time Window so that Echo can more efficiently harass enemy champions during the early laning phase. Passive bonus damage to monsters 150% to 120%. That's a big nerf. I think they went from 100% to 150, and now they nerfed the damage with 30% again. Is gonna slow down his jungle clear by a lot. First ability, mana cost reduced by 10, doesn't matter too much. Literally irrelevant. That's not the problem about why Echo is struggling in the laning phase. Okay. Jace hasn't performed that well outside of higher levels of play. To make Piltover's finest a bit more approachable, he's the finest traitor. If you watch Arcane, he's the finest traitor. We're cautiously giving him a little extra scaling on his attack damage. First ability, attack damage ratio on blast range, 10% more bonus attack damage. Scaling with 10% more. To the skies melee attack damage, 120% bonus attack damage, 230% bonus attack. This is gonna give him so much better poking damage, by the way, and also his melee hammer form. Jace is getting a buff, and this is actually big because a lot of other bruisers are gonna receive a nerf with the item changes. Jace might become even better. Pyke. Despite players climbing his mastery curve, Pyke isn't performing as well as we'd like to see in the support role. We're giving him some leeway to take some extra damage here and there, particularly in the support role. Giving his performance in other roles, we are also cutting back on his ability to clear waves and jungle camps as easily as he can. I actually think Pyke support is S tier. Like, I've seen some really good Pykes, and now with the buff, HP growth plus 10, Grey health storage when 2 or more enemy champions nearby from 35% damage to 45. This is actually a pretty big buff because it's gonna make him much harder to kill. Phantom Undertow deals 25% damage to minions and monsters. This is good. Mid Pyke actually was also pretty annoying. Death from below skill description has been modified to provide better clarification of the cut granted to Pyke and his allies. Renekton. Over the course of the last few patches, Renekton has been struggling to navigate his way around the Baron lane. So we're giving him some extra scaling offensively and defensively to help him out. Healing bonus attack damage ratio per enemy hit 8% to 10%. Big. And then second ability, base damage per strike. Okay, it's 5, 10, 15. Okay. Normal total base attack damage is getting buffed as well. Enhanced total. They are buffing the second ability damage and the first ability healing. I still think by the time you're watching, I've already made the Renekton video, but Renekton is already very strong. Didn't even need the buff. Like, he's already very strong. Kraken Slayer Renekton video incoming. Senna is getting a nerf. Senna has been a dominant force in organized play and a powerful champion in rank for nearly her entire lifetime in wildrift. So we are re-evaluating some of the strengths and weaknesses in her arsenal. We are cutting back on her ability to deal sustained damage in the later stages of the game and her power in short trades to limit her ability to masquerade as a full crit carry without building any attack speed or crit. Attack speed growth 2.2% to 1.2%. This is a big nerf. And then passive miss triggers damage 1.6% to 16% current health. Max at level 10 changed to 1.2 to 12% current health. Okay. But the attack speed growth is actually pretty big nerf. I mean, basically 15% less attack speed overall. And now Shen. The champion ultimate cooldown reduction changes in patch 3.3 have favored Shen more than we expected, making him one of the most powerful champions on the Rift. To restore balance back to the Baron lane, we are pulling back on his overall dueling potential. Shield 60 to 109 to 51 to 100. Twilight Assault enhanced maximum health ratio is also getting reduced by 0.5. And shield, but it's not that much. It's like small nerf, it doesn't matter. The recent systemic changes have been extremely favorable for Sona, so we are lowering the volume on some of her scaling power before she reaches a crescendo. Second ability, the shield value is getting reduced, actually 30 in late game, that's a lot. So late game Sona much weaker, and then basic ability cooldown reduction of the ultimate is getting reduced as well by 10% in the late game. Soraka is one of the champions that benefited the most from our ultimate cooldown reductions last patch, especially for tanky builds that lean heavily on vicious base values. We're going to shift some power into the ability power ratio to make sure Soraka is rewarded for building magic damage. The ultimate AP ratio is getting increased while decreasing the base value. I don't know, you need to build a lot of AP. Like, you get plus 5%, but then nerfing the base by plus 50, or by 50, or minus 50. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter too much. It's a small change. Next one. Yasuo's ability to take fast trades in lane and shock off chip damage in the later stages of the game is stronger than we'd like, so we're cutting down on the strength and duration of his passive shield. The shield duration is getting reduced by 0.5, and the shield value is getting reduced in late game by 35. But now the big changes here, gameplay changes. These are pretty significant changes because they are gonna affect every bruiser. Black Cleaver, Death Dance, and Divine Sundra are getting nerfed. Black Cleaver has solid stats all around, but recently it's been purchased so frequently and is starting to become an item that is purchasable by any attack damage champion. To combat this, we are making it more difficult to stack to push him more towards excelling in sustained combat and multi-hit spells. Armor reduction per stack getting reduced by 1%, and maximum stacks is getting increased by 6. So now you need 6 stacks to yeah, even if you hit 6 stacks, you won't have the same value as beforehand, because beforehand at 5 stacks you already had 25%, but now at 6 stacks you only have 24%. So it's actually a net nerf, plus you need more stacks. So Black Cleaver getting nerfed right here, but the stats are still the same. Death Dance, the heal on takedown, is getting nerfed by 5%. This is actually a pretty big nerf, considering that you don't get that much healing anymore if the opponent have anti-heal. Or 60 on the 60% Grievous won't. Divine Sunra, the gold is getting, or the total cost is getting increased by 150. This is a pretty decent nerf for champions that buy Divine Sunra first item, because it's gonna store the power spike, or the first item power spike. And maybe some champions rather go for the 24th because it gives you much more damage, unless you're facing against super tanky champions. Staff of Flowing Water is getting changed. Staff of Flowing Water is powerful for champions that consistently keep the buff up, but not as strong for enchanters with longer cooldowns. We are slightly decreasing the power of the buff while increasing its duration, so that Staff's power will be more equal between all enchanters. Buff duration increased by 2 seconds, and ability haste granted by the buff decreased by 5. The Rune Scourge received is getting a slight buff. It doesn't matter, honestly. It doesn't matter. No one cares. New skins. Kassadin new skin. Draven new skin. Katarina new skin. Godfist Leeson finally. Nice scam. Beekeeper Singe. Pool Party Caitlyn. This one Pork. Pool Party Grace. Pool Party Mundo. Pool Party Ziggs. Accessories. No one cares. But yeah. Divine Sunra, Death Dance, Black Cleaver, big nerf. It's gonna affect Aurelia, Riven, Wukong, Xin Shao, Vi, Camille, Divine Sunra first item, Death Dance, Fiora as well. Who else? Darius, Death Dance, I don't know. Not that much. Sun on nerf. Yes, stop playing this shit champion. Renekton buff. I don't know about this one. He doesn't need a buff. Pike buff. I don't know. I think Pike support in the right hands is pretty strong. Jace buff. Aye. Considering that so many champions are getting nerfed with the item changes, this is gonna benefit Jace a lot. Echo change and Draven nerf. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Write down below in the comments your feedback about the patch notes, what you guys think is good, what you guys think is bad. And I see you next time. Bye bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.